13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Let's see. We'll do 20. We'll do 21. No. Okay. Counted. We're gonna prep the brim and shave off kind of the thickness. We don't want the thickness when you wrap this around somebody's head to be too thick because it's not pliable. In the window, I can see a little flower. And what is the whole point of shaving down this part of the leaf? It's because when you're making it into the brim, it needs to be bendable. And if it's too thick, it won't bend properly. Kind of thick. So nobody even taught me how to make coconut leaf hats. I just no. I can see a little flower. Yeah, so nobody taught me how to make coconut leaf hats. Believe it or not, I just was under a coconut tree one day and I said to myself, you know what, I'm gonna start weaving hats. I'm from Hawaii. Hi guys. Okay, so once you shave down this part, this is going to be kind of like the brim. You want this part to be pliable. So the process of me collecting these leaves, I choose my leaf and then I scrub in between each leaf with sand because there's bugs in it, and then I dip it in the water. Okay. So as you can see, since I shaved it down, it's pliable. That means I can put it around my head. This part's a little bit too thick, so we're gonna shave it down a little bit more. Hi. Hi, Dan. How are you doing today? I hope your Sunday's blessed. Hmm? What are you making out of? I'm making a hat, a coconut leaf hat. I'm going to show you guys, it's very easy how to make one. Right now I'm just prepping it so that I can bend it into a hat. Okay? I'm gonna take off my flower. So these are the leaves. You're gonna measure it around your head like that. And you're gonna mark where you can tie it. You have to use really strong string or it's not gonna hold tight. Just like that. So I'm just marking it where I need to tie it up. Believe it or not, you guys, okay? John Lee, yes or no? Yes or no what, John? Yes, my dear. Isn't this a pretty flower? A pretty flower. Yes, a pretty flower. Just for me. All right. Now we're gonna tie it. My lily, kuipo, makanale. So we're tying it, and we're gonna tie it really, really tight because over time, as the leaves dry, I don't know if you can see behind me all of my hats. That's what it looks like once it's dried. What is your favorite food? Lakila Anderson. Lakila, I eat. Girl, I do not. I'm a big back, so I like to eat a lot, but because I've been on a weight loss journey and I lost 70 pounds, there are no favorites anymore. Food is fuel right now, but if I could choose my most favorite meal, it would have to be local food, Hawaiian food, of course. That's where I'm from. I'm from Hawaii, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe Jamaican food, Caribbean food. You wanna sell hats and make what price? Okay, yeah. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys because you guys, you can sell these. You can, if you have palm leaves, if you have coconut leaves, you can harvest this for free and you can sell it. And I have sold out hats in a matter of hours and walked away with a good amount of money, more than my 9 to 5. But sometimes I don't make hats to sell. Sometimes I make it to gift, you know. I'm a gifting person. It's my nature. It's my nature to give gifts. It's my just who I am, you know. So I love to make these things and give it to people, random people too, you know. People that sometimes, you know, when you're walking down the street and you feel like somebody needs a hug or they just need to remember that, you know, there are good people out there. Sometimes I just give these away. So, but at the price that I sell them, usually a hat will go for like maybe, depending, maybe to the tourist it might go a little bit higher. For the, I don't know, I don't even want to say a price because to be honest, I don't really sell these hats that much. I give them. I think I'm gonna start selling though. We'll see. Okay, so we tied our knots. You're so good at that stuff. Thanks, guys. Great job. You're so talented. Make me one, please. I will. I will make you one. Okay. So we have the circle for the brim. This is kind of a bigger hat. And so let's get into the weaving because this is gonna go really quick. Let me sit this way. As you can see, if you look at the nature of the leaves, they're turning this way. So you kind of want to go with what it's naturally turning to begin to weave, okay? So I'm just gonna start. If you want a bigger, If you want a bigger brim, which is the circumference around your head, you weave more leaves. If you want a smaller brim, you weave fewer leaves. So I'm gonna start and I'm gonna show you guys. So I'm gonna weave about 4 leaves. One. So I'm gonna go, you can go over, under, or you can go under, over. Let's see what under looks like first. Maybe over, over, under. Nah, let's go under. Under, over, under, over. Just like that. And you're gonna tuck it in. Then you're gonna go to the next one. Make sure all of the yellow parts of the leaf is turned in. So you wanna make sure that all of your leaves are facing that way, right? So you're gonna go under, over, under, over. Boom. There's the next one. Okay? Under, over, under, over. There's the next one. See that? See that, guys? Okay. Under. And on one thing I wanted to say is when I am weaving a hat, I always like to be kind of like in a positive frame of mind, because you have to understand this is going to go on somebody's head. So if you are feeling just bad thoughts or negativity, don't weave a hat. Weave when your spirit and your soul is at peace, because when people put on that hat, they're gonna feel it. They're gonna feel the positive, the positivity, you know. So again, under, over, under, over. Boom. See that? Under, over, under, over. It's so simple. Boom. Under, over, under, over. Under, over, under, over. Under, over, under. Over. So you can fix it, you can kind of mold it to how you want to, right? Because you can't get rid, I mean, energy transfers, you know, bad thoughts, they transfer onto people. And so I always think about that when I'm weaving. Under, over, under, over. As you can see, the brim is starting to form. Just like that, okay? We're gonna finish this last part. Under, over, under, over. So I'm weaving in 4 leaves. I'm going under, I'm going over, I'm going under, and I'm going over. And I'm pulling it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do the same thing. Under, over, under, over. Okay. Under, over, under, over. And this is such a good gift for free, guys. Not everything has to be, you know, bought. This is so beautiful and it's durable. When it dries, you can dry it really dark, or you can dry it really light. When I dry it for long periods of time, it turns golden, and it's such a beautiful beautiful hat to wear. Okay, so I'm wrapping up. I'm going to show you guys what the brim's looking like in a minute, and how you can kind of just adjust the brim so it kind of curves. Okay. So the leaves that are no more, you're just going to weave it into the next leaf, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna weave it into the hat. I'm gonna go over. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna go and put it through the puka, put it through the hole. We have one more leaf left. So the cool thing about this is you can kind of just loosen the leaves if you want to make the brim bigger. Okay. So we're going under. We're going under this leaf. We're going over this leaf. We're going under the next leaf. And we're going over the last leaf. That's 4 leaves. I think I'll do it like this. Come on. Get in there. There you go. Ah! Thanks for showing us the method. It's quite refreshing watching this. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. I'm happy that you can at least like get some understanding of gifts or even things that you could sell for free, guys. You'd be surprised how many people approach me about these hats. And I tell them, you know, if you have a gift that's meant to share, share it. And if you can make a living off of it, do it. If it's your passion, do it. So I'm happy that you like this. I don't know what's going on with this leaf, sir. Okay, so I'm just gonna tuck her in. And you know, not every hat is perfect. So there's gonna be some hats you're just like, what am I doing? But it's a part of the process. Just keep calm, be peaceful. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is, hold on, I'm getting hot in here. Okay, so you see this is the brim. So you can use this part to tighten. The way that I like my hats to look is kind of curved. Yeah, so I'm gonna take all of the leaves and I'm kind of just gonna fix it to my liking. Make sure that everything is tightened nicely. And then I'm gonna show you the last part on how to weave it. This went by relatively really quickly. Once you get this down, you're gonna be weaving hats like a professional. So I like my hats to kind of like curve. You see that? See how I'm just pulling at the leaf? What happens with this one? Let's see. Perfect. Okay. So all of these leaves that are on the bottom, we're gonna weave them up. This to me is the most difficult part of weaving this hat. So it's trial and error. There's different styles of how you want to weave, but I'm going to show you the most basic style, okay? So let me get close because I really want you guys to see it. I think I should put like a tutorial. I think you guys would like that, to see what it would be like from harvest, when I harvest the leaves, up until when I weave them, and then when they're dried, okay? So So again, like I said earlier, look at the natural, look how good nature is, yeah? Look at how the leaves just kind of curve and make their own pattern on their own. As you can see, they're all curving a certain way. So if you're gonna weave it in its natural form and its natural essence. It just makes things really beautiful. So, or you can weave it opposite, whatever you want. I'm gonna be a rule breaker and I'm gonna weave this opposite. So I'm gonna take 3 leaves from the bottom. Oh my gosh, my leg. Once it's dry, yes, it's definitely, oh my gosh, my leg is falling asleep, you guys. Hold on, hold on. See that and show that figure caught and alive and it's bedtime. Hi, treasured possession. Okay, let me show you. Darn it, I don't want to get up. But yes, when it's dry, it's essentially waterproof. Yes. So let me show you. Oh my gosh, my leg. My leg. This is your auntie showing you how to weave, okay? So you got your 3. You're gonna start it off just the same way that we weaved it. It's gonna go under, over. You see that, babes? Then you're gonna grab your next leaf and you're gonna lay it flat, okay? It's gonna look like this. Listen to your Polynesian auntie, okay? We're gonna go again, under, over, okay? You're gonna pick this next leaf up and you're just gonna plait it. Boom. Okay? Under, over, pick up your next leaf from the bottom. You're gonna plait it. I hope I'm showing you guys. Okay? And you're gonna kind of make it tight. Tighter is better. Under, over, pick up your next leaf. Plait it. You see that? You see how I'm doing that? It's indigenous, says I just changed my, oh my gosh. Okay, well, it's nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. Janak, how do I say your name? I don't want to mispronounce your name. Janak Joshi. It's a beautiful name. Okay, good. You're listening to your Polynesian auntie. Okay? Now with this, with coconut leaves, you can make hats, you can make bags, you can make mats, you can make what is it called, fishing traps. You can basically live off of coconut leaves. Okay, so we're gonna go all the way around the brim. As you can see, it's starting to create the top part of the hat, right? So we're gonna tighten this. Again, we have 3. Okay, so we're gonna go under. We have 3 right here. Boom. Under, over, pick up a leaf, plait it. 1, 2, tighten. Okay, I'm just gonna weave. And yes, Janak, what does your name mean? It's such a beautiful name. I would love to know what your name means. Does it have a meaning? I'm pretty sure it has a beautiful meaning. I'm just gonna do this really quickly and then I'm gonna show you, whoever's watching. Okay, it's been a long time since I've woven hats. It was my therapy for a long, long time. Means kind of kind, name of wise, king of king in some culture. Wow. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. You're probably like, why are you so excited about my name? The reason why I'm so excited about your name is in Hawaiian culture, names are very important to us. So that's why I'm asking. Names, to name a child is very important. A lot of the times it's passed down from generation to generation, just having your name. So, you know, I think that's a very beautiful name you have. And I can tell, I feel like, did you add extra leaves? No, I did not. So basically, the bottom part that's left out, I'm weaving the top part. Oh no, yeah, I am weaving the top part. So I'm not adding, I'm just picking it up from this part. You see how they're left over from when we wove it into the brim? Okay, so let me show you guys. Okay, where was I? Oh, I'm all over the place. Okay. 1, 2, picking up a leaf, and I'm plaiting it. I'm gonna have to make a tutorial for people that enjoy weaving, because let me tell you, I'll probably sell this. I've maybe like sold this for, I would say 20, 25 just for the hat. And then I will add like a lei, like a flower lei to the hat, and then it'll go for 45. So, you know, if you take, and you're harvesting, right? It's free. But if you take 10 hats and you're selling them for $25, that's an easy $250 for free. You didn't really have to do anything. All you had to do was weave, and then you can sell them. So I think the fastest I ever made money, I sold out in like 30 minutes. I walked away with about $300 in my pocket. So, you know, in these times, you have to be very creative with how you make your living, yeah? So a lot of people out there are working hard for their money, so you gotta make sure that what you're doing it with good intentions. Okay. I promise there's a method to this madness. Hmm? Okay, well, you're gonna have to wait, babe. You have to be patient with me, because I'm in the middle of something. Excuse me?
It's expensive.
Yeah, but I don't think I brought it to the beach.
Okay.
So you have to be patient with me, okay? Because I'm in the middle of something. And I don't like to rush you, yeah, when you're doing stuff. I don't think you appreciate that. So please be just patient with me a little bit longer. Thank you. Okay, hold on. all great skills. How did you learn? Is that common there? That sounds cool. Making money and doing great. Okay, so do you want to know the honest truth of how I learned how to make this? It was pretty spiritual. I was going through a really hard time in my life, and I was applying for job after job, and no one would hire me. And so I spent a lot of time when I was not working by myself in nature, and I would pray about it. I would pray about open doors, you know. And one day I was sitting underneath a coconut tree, and I heard a voice inside my heart that told me, go pick up those leaves and go do something with it. And I felt really stupid because I've never touched coconut leaves, believe it or not. So I was just didn't understand the meaning of why do I have to pick up these leaves? It's like pointless. And so I did, in obedience. I picked up the leaves and I just touched them, felt them, and I listened to what my heart was saying. A lot of times we're just so distracted, we don't even hear our own voice. We can't even know our own heart. And so I listened to what my heart was telling me when I was touching the leaves. And me being a native indigenous person, in my culture, it just came to me. It was like, okay, this is it. You need to weave. You need to weave these leaves. And I didn't have like an idea of what I was going to do. I just started it. And eventually my hands did the work. And eventually my heart followed. So that's why I started weaving hats. So sometimes when there's closed doors and people don't want to hire you, people don't want to give you a shot, it's not necessarily rejection. It's just you're meant to do other things, you know? And sometimes all it takes is just being still with yourself and listening to what your heart has to say, you know, in those moments. I'm trying to fix this. I'm just about done though. Okay. Give me a second. Almost done. Under, over. Okay. So at this point, right? Oh, thank you, love. Yeah. For months nobody wanted to hire me, and I put out resumes and application. I went to school, you know, did the whole college thing. And obviously I have a career now, and I work with substance abuse and counseling and things of that nature. But to me, I would love to do this all the time. So right now I'm using this part and I'm just tightening the top just so that it can be tighter and it looks a little bit more put together. As you can see, the hat is beginning to form on the top part and it's coming out very beautifully. So the last part of making this hat is locking it. You want to lock the leaves into the brim because it will undo. So I'm just going around the hat and I'm looking at just what needs to be tightened. Oh, I missed this leaf. Uh-oh. As you can see, I missed a leaf, so we're gonna go over again. Under. Okay, what's going on? What's going on here? Over, under. Okay. Under, over, under, under, over, under, over. Okay, perfect. Oh my gosh. Where is this leaf? There you go. I may have to do this all over again. And that's perfectly fine with me. I don't like the way it's too fancy. I know it can be quite confusing. But your sister has ADHD. So I don't mind being confused. All right, let's try this again. Under, over, under. Under, over, under. Let's go. Come on. Work for mama. Under, over. Under. 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 That's looking better. Under, over, under. Okay, there we go. I just gotta tighten it. Okay, so in order to lock this, let me sit back. Oh, thank you. Okay, so the brim, as you can see, it's not looking tight. We want it to be nice and tight. Obviously, it's gonna go on our hat like this, our head like this. So as you can see, again, I'm gonna keep saying this, look at the way the leaves are naturally kind of going. And the way that you lock this is you're gonna take this leaf and you're gonna slip it through one of these, okay? And that's gonna lock it. So let me show you. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna tuck it right through this leaf. And I'm gonna pull, boom. I'm gonna take my next leaf and I'm gonna tuck it. So that's all I'm doing, is I'm just tucking it around the brim, and this tightens it and it locks the leaves in place. So this will not come out. I think the longest I've had a hat when it's well taken care of, even when I go jump in the water, or I go to the beach, or I do get it wet a lot. I've skateboarded in these hats. I've gone paddleboarding in these hats. I've swam in these hats. I've gone hiking in these hats. I garden in these hats. I dance hula in these hats. So I pretty much do everything in these hats. And the longest I've been able to keep a hat is going on 4 years now. So these hats last a pretty long time if you take good care of them. What you doing, Daveland? Daveland, what are you doing? How's your day? What's for dinner? Do you want to know something really funny? I've been listening to this song called Makanale, and it has really put me in just, I don't know, it just revives my soul. And so I've been singing it all week, and the moment I get to the beach, okay, the moment I get to the beach, as I'm going to the beach today, there were Hawaiians that were singing this song with the ukulele. Right when I got there, they started the song. It was so weird. I thought that was so funny. And then I went to the water and I released all of the things that were bothering me, all the things that I didn't want to hold on to it. And I put my feet in the water. And I just told myself that I was releasing fear and doubt or shame or negative thinking, judgment, whatever I felt like I needed to release. And as I was doing that, and I prayed over the water, and as I was doing that, soon as I left, people came to the water and they brought leis. And I guess they were sending somebody off. I guess the person died, yeah. So I had no clue that was going on, but it was such a beautiful experience to see. Okay, we're almost pau. Pau means done. What is about to cook air fry pork chops and stir fry. What kind of stir fry? Like vegetable stir fry? I had some salmon, from furikake salmon, which I will be cooking for a tutorial because my brothers and sisters, you guys need to know what furikake salmon is. If you've never tried it, I'm telling you, if you're a salmon lover, you're gonna love this recipe. Do you know that song, Daveland? Makanale? In a window, I can see. Do you know that song? A little flower looking for me. A pretty flower, yes, a pretty flower, just for me. Do you know that song? Maili kuipo makanale. In a dream, yes, in a dream, you are with me, you are next to me, by my side, my little girl has come to be a lady. You guys should listen to some Hawaiian music, I'm telling you. That song is called Makanale. Okay, so we're pau with this. I'm going to show you guys in a minute what it looks like on the head, how to trim it. Thank you, Janak. King of all kings, the wise one, my brother. Oh, you know what I just realized? Auntie made a mistake. Look. Halala ukulele peanut butter jelly. Hala. See, this is what I mean when I say you cannot allow things to get to you. Sometimes in life we make mistakes, right? Oh well. Let's go back and fix this because, again, this will be a gift. So We gotta do it right. Okay? We cannot do things half-ass. We have to do things whole ass. Okay? Yes. Perfect. I okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just a believer, and like, even if things, you make a mistake, just go back and fix it. You're not gonna die from starting over again, I promise you. I'll tell you the truth. You will not die from starting over again. I have had to start over, and I don't mean I'm talking about these hats, but in life, over and over and over again. And what you make of your situation is what the outcome will be, you know? So we gotta remember that. It's not what happens to you, it's how you react to it. Okay. Fixed it. That looks better. Hold up. This is taking longer than I anticipated. Okay. But I haven't wove hats in like months. I don't know why. My spirit has not resonated with it. Okay, let's finish. That's a powerful way of thinking. Doing over and over to things have no choice but to get fixed. Yes, my darling. Yes, you're not distracting me, Jana. Never. Don't ever say that you're a distraction. No, my dear. You are never a distraction. To me, you're not. I am blessed that you are in my chat and that you decided to spend your time with me. To me, that's a blessing. And I'm grateful for that, you know? So I thank you for spending your life and your time with me. Like I've said millions of times on this channel, the people that do come in here, I end up, you know, having just real connections, you know, with them. And it feels like you and I are on a FaceTime call, or like we're sitting face to face and we're sitting down, you know. And it just because I can't see you and we can't talk over the phone, it does not mean we can't have a connection, you know. There's a few people in here that come into my lives and, you know, we talk about life, and they have their own lives, their families, their wives, and their husbands, and it's a sense of community. I've been by myself for a very long time. I haven't had friends for a very long time. So I've been a keeper of my own company. So when I can find a connection with anybody that resonates, you know, with what I'm doing or who I am and what I'm about, it means a lot to me. So, you know, if we were face to face I'm sure it would be the same kind of energy. I'm almost done, my love. But no, just so you know, you are never a distraction. I'm going to show you what it looks like to put a lei over it. And then you can kind of get the idea of what I mean when I say I put leis over it. So I'm going to tighten it, fix it a little bit, zhuzh it up, and there she goes. I'm almost done. Okay. No.
I want to do something that's productive.
Okay, well, we can do one when I'm not on the internet.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm just cutting the excess parts off. Like this. So I work with, without saying too much, I work with kids that, well, not kids, but just all ages. I do like substance abuse counseling. I do a lot of like therapy. I went to school for psychology, so I'm into really social work, and I always share my testimony because my adolescence was really rough. I was in the foster care system, and just a product of the system. I grew up moving house to house, place to place, and aging out of foster care, being homeless. So I dealt with kind of living on the streets, living in my car, and so a lot of the demographic that I serve is kids on probation, not kids, teens, foster care people, foster care, you know, adults that are getting out of prison. So I've learned over the time that never, if you're ever going into therapy or if you're talking to people, I've learned not to tell people what to do. People don't want to really listen to you. They kind of want just a pair of ears. And so I've learned over time, especially with the younger generation, they just want to be heard. And so I get a lot of auntie, 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 auntie this, auntie that, auntie this. And I allow them to express themselves however they want to express themselves with no form of judgment. But if you can build a rapport and a relationship just by being vulnerable and open-minded, you can kind of help a person come to their own revelations on what they're supposed to be doing with their lives. So for example, if you were sitting in front of me and you were like, sis, like, I'm going through this, or auntie, I'm going through this and I'm going through that, and you and I had the type of relationship where you really trusted me, a lot of times I don't even say anything. A lot of the times I'm not going to say I think. I say a lot of I encourage you. And I kind of just do stuff like that. If it was up to me though, I would full on like to just have my own homestead. I would like to be fully self-sustainable and live off the land, and grow my own fruits and vegetables and raise my own livestock. I would love to do stuff like that for a living. I would love to live just to live. You understand? When you live on an island, life is very simple. Sure, you can buy cars and homes and designer stuff, but I've learned what it's like not to have anything, but home is in here. You know what I mean? When I was in foster care, I turned 18. I turned 18 in February. I graduated in May. So I lived in my car. As soon as I turned 18, my foster parents kicked me out. And I didn't have anybody to explain to me really the nature of what it meant to be an adult. So until a lot of the times I spent in my car by myself, and I didn't perceive myself as homeless. I didn't think I was homeless because home was within me. So I could have nothing but the shirt on my back and the food that I had, and I was content with that. And so I've learned even now as an adult with my own home, my own cars or whatever, and a job, that these things don't fulfill me. The home that I live at now, it's great. I have room, I have things to do, and but the more you have, the more stuff you fill it with. Sometimes I look around my house and I'm looking at all my things and I'm like, I don't need this stuff. I don't need any of these things. You know? I'm not 18, honey. I'm 33 now, but when I was 18. I'm 30. I'm going to turn 33 in February. So this is the hats. What do you think? You like it? Okay, let me show you what it looks like when you... Okay. Right? Okay. Okay, so let me show you what it looks like if you add a lei. So you could do like, hold on. This is also made out of coconut leaves. This is a lei that I made out of coconut leaves. Isn't it beautiful? So you could add a lei to your papale like this and kind of tie it around. This is all coconut leaf, right? Or you could add something like this. This is like kind of similar. It's yarn, but it kind of mimics feathers. Or you could add something like this, which is like, it's another kind of lei, and you could keep it like this. So yeah, that is my coconut leaf hat. So this is called Papale Niu. Niu is how we say in Hawaiian coconut. Papale is hat. So coconut hat. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining and having conversation with me. I hope you can catch another live again. And before you leave, I want to know, Janak, what is one thing this week that you want to set the intention for? Share with me. I want to know. What is one thing this week you're like, okay, I'm going to do? Because this was the thing that I said I was going to do that I've been holding off for 6 months. Look for another job. Okay. So you and I are coming into agreement that there is an open door for you, and that wherever you go, that's where you're supposed to be, and that the right people and the right place will be meant for you. So we're already going to claim it. You have another job. You'll find another job. It'll be the right pay. It'll be the right situation. It'll work with your schedule if you have kids. If you don't have kids, it'll be better for you. And so we're just claiming it right now. So, Jesus. But yeah, hopefully, if you can catch my live again, thank you. No kids. Okay. I feel it. Do your thing, King. No kids. And I'm proud of you. I genuinely, I'm proud of you. Like, stay that way. Get yourself together. Thank you, love. Thank you. Hopefully I can see you again. And yeah, peace and blessings. I pray that you have a really good week. And thank you for joining me. Aloha.